What is up, everybody? Good morning, good morning. I hope you all have some coffee, maybe a little bit of water, maybe whatever. Uh, we are here with a game called KeeperRL. KeeperRL really takes a lot of inspiration from, like, Dwarf Fortress. Um, yeah, especially Dwarf Fortress. I don't even think there's really any other way to describe it. But, essentially, playing through the game, you have a couple different play styles. Similar to Rimworld starts. Rimworld starts. That's a hard word to say early in the morning. Basically, you take the control of a dungeon keeper, a evil wizard, necromancer, whatever, what have you, and essentially you knock out all of the villains, quote unquote. Some of them are not villains. Villains to you, not villains to everybody. But there's a bunch of different mechanics inside of the game. We're going to get into that. I'm just going to go over a couple of the base types here, and then we'll move forward. So we've got Castle. This is one that I haven't personally played yet, but you play as, normal-ish people. Play as not-so-evil human race. Recruit knights, priests, and angelic beings. We have Undead. Craft hordes of undead from the corpses of fallen enemies. We've got automatons, which are basically your gnomes and your machinists. So you're making automatons and other contraptions to work for you, fight for you, so on and so forth. Colony. This is actually a new one that I just unlocked, so I haven't played this one either. Or maybe it's always unlocked and I just haven't played it. I'm not sure. You play as a group of 12 dwarves that you can specialize to your liking. This faction has no immigration, so dig around carefully. That means that those 12 are the only 12 you get. You better figure it out. You better figure it out. It won't let me click on these ones, but as you can see, there's green skins. So, orcs or goblins, maybe? Zombies. Which, I think I might know how to get that. Adventurer, which is just adventure. Think adventure mode from Dwarf Fortress. You just roam the land and you get kit and you fight for your life. We've got. That's all we can see so far. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with a classic keeper character. I think we'll go with a knight though, because why not? All right. Welcome to the campaign mode. The world, which you see below, is made up of smaller maps. You will build your base on one of them. There are hostile and friendly tribes around you. You have to conquer all villains marked as main to win the game. You can travel to other sites by creating a team and using the travel command. The highlighted tribes are in your influence zone, which means that you can currently interact with them, trade, recruit, attack, or be attacked. As you conquer more enemies, your influence zone will increase. So essentially, this is what it's talking about with the influence zone here. I think we're going to throw on some... Nah. We won't. Alright, so essentially, you pick where you want to go. If you don't like the map, you can re-roll the map. Boop. I like this map. We got a dragon up to the north. A cyclops, ants, a cottage there, blacksmith there, a warrior's village. There's a hydra over there. Some thieves. Yeah, I like this place. This place is dope. All right, I don't want to look at everything because some of the I haven't seen all of the creatures yet. I don't think, and I definitely haven't fought everything. I think out of the two maps that I've made, I haven't fully survived. I got cleaned out by a Cyclops one time. That was a rough time. It was a really rough time. Oh, that's a loud sound. Did not enjoy. Sorry for your ears, everybody. I apologize. That hurt mine, so I assume it hurt some of yours. Alright, we're done doing that. Okay, so here's your basic starting screen. You'll notice that there is Fog of War. It's fine. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to click on this here. This is your full building order set, really. This has to do with everything that has to do with digging, mining, building, zones, all that jazz. So we are going to go ahead and set our imps to collect trees, or collect wood rather, and we'll let them do that. And then what we will also do is we are going to go ahead and start burrowing into the rock. So I think we'll do a 2 wide, just because that little area right there is set up perfect for it. Let's see here. We want doors. We're going to go ahead and get a gate up and ready. While these fellas dig us a hole here. We're gonna do something like this, I'm thinking. And then this will be our stair room. And then we're gonna go to structure, and we're gonna do a downstairs. Right here, and then on the opposite side we'll do an upstairs. Now an upstairs isn't required. You can play fully surface level as far as like anything, if you wanted to. You don't have to explore any of the Z levels or anything like that. That is like gratingly loud. There's no other sound settings. Okay. So, we're gonna go here. Now I'm just afraid it's too quiet for you guys. Man, this game is a lot of fun. We really just want the SFX volume down. We want the music still. How's that looking? Alright. Well, that'll be good. You guys will have to let me know if the music's too loud in this. But, moving forward, we've got the Z level up, we've got it down. If you want to check that, you have these 2 arrows here. Alternatively, you can just click. So we'll check out the top. Looks like we've got some iron ore up here, as well as some granite. That's a good deal. And then down, we've got some underground trees. Now, underground trees are indicative of a few different things. That's better. There is a high possibility in any Z level with the giant tree shrooms that there is a cavern here. So you should play very carefully. Meaning that if you don't have the necessary area space, we're about to find out right now, or the necessary guard force, it's going to be a kind of a pain. But as you can see right here, it looks like we're going to be free and in the clear to dig out our little 3x3 stairway area. And then alternative to that, get our first storage area set up and our first crafting area. So up top, you can see that they haven't built the door, even though there are resources easily available. That's because you need to make a storage zone. So we're going to go ahead and have them do that now. I like central fed rooms. I know that's kind of bland, but I don't know. We might do a corner fed room. We'll see. If I can push myself to that limit. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to hit storage and then resources, and then just like in Dwarf Fortress, you just drop the resource plots for the zone and they'll go and run stuff there. So while they dig this, we'll go ahead and set them up with another dig that I need them to do. Now, I have noticed that sometimes opening up the hallways to 2 square hallways is good for the flow of the workers and their digging and building. But what I will say is that while it's nice, it definitely makes it easier for enemies to overrun you should you be attacked. Let's talk about that a little bit. Getting attacked. You don't have to worry about it too much early on. You don't have many enemies, if any enemies at all, when you start out, at least in the basic adventure. If you want to check that, you can go to here where it says all villains, and I believe these will change to orange and red. Orange for agitated, red for violent. But as you can see, there is a long list of things that could go down. As well as there's different races, creatures, half like human, half whatever. There's all kinds of stuff to see, to fight, to train, to capture and then train, which is pretty neat to me at least. And then as you can see, the dragons and some of the specific characters themselves, not just the groups, have names, and I think that that is pretty dope. As you can see, in our influence zone to the north, that dragon I was talking about in the mountains, we'll just call him Sultan. But Sultan is the dragon in our zone of influence, which means that he is a direct threat to us. He could wander in at any time. It's all random, so it can get interesting. Didn't want to cancel it. Wanted to build one. Boop. Just let him finish that one, and then we'll add these new ones. If he ever finishes that one. Alright, next thing that is going to be built is going to be a barracks of sorts. And then our doors up top should be built as well, so we do have that going for us. These might just be isolated rooms. This might not be a cavern. Three. Bring that back 3. And we'll have them dig that out. That'll be our initial barracks. I haven't done any farming yet. We might try that this run. I think that that could be pretty interesting. But we'll go ahead and go through the various menus now so I can kind of explain that to you guys a little bit. If you don't know. If you do, then pay me no mind. Throw that on so that while they're working we can talk. Alright, so building menu here. Structure, you know, a lot of options here. Some of them I haven't done. I haven't done the dig a pit option. I have built walls. They work pretty well, thankfully. Bridges also work pretty well, although I've noticed that sometimes the characters have a little bit of an issue navigating them. Doors, different doors, self-explanatory, but different strength levels. Wooden door being the weakest, iron door, mid-plane, adamantine. Man, words are hard this morning. Time for a sip of coffee. With adamantine being the strongest. If I'm saying that wrong, don't crucify me. Your floors option, again, different levels of luxury applied to these. Luxury is, think Rimworld, the beauty of your fort, dwarf fortress, the wealth of your fort. Storage, as you can see, there's a plethora of different storage options to go ahead and use to really break down your storage rather than having everything in equipment. Zones, we have a quarter zone, leisure zone, and then the guard areas. Libraries are good for people who are more magic inclined. Throw that there, and then since we're putting down beds, we might as well put down a dining table here and there so people can eat. And I think what we'll do for our barracks going forward is we'll probably just continue this rectangle pattern, because ideally I think I'd like to have the keeper's room at the end of the barracks so that everybody has to fight through the creatures in question. But I do have a cool ideal that we're going to try out as well, with attached training rooms and whatnot. Alright. We were on library. So, Magic Inclined. They're going to use this. You can read down in the bottom right as well. But that's how they train their spells. We're going to switch over to living here. So living is everything that your creatures need to go ahead and be comfortable in your fort. We actually need to dig that one room I had an idea for right now. So we're going to do a sort of smaller training room this way, because I think this could be cool. Uh-oh, music switched. I should probably look upstairs and see if we're being attacked. So this is going to be a training room. Ooh, but I want to cancel this out. In order to cancel something out, you just go back to the option that you were doing and clear it off. That'll open up the room a little bit. I like that. We'll have to replan that. I'll figure that out later. I am going to have them go ahead and dig a pathway there, because I want to see what is more this way. We're going to go check up top, make sure we're not being attacked. We aren't. We're going to tell them to go ahead and start putting up some torches, just because it makes everything, well, lit up. So in placing the torches, it does affect your minions' mood, so it helps. And then past living, so you do have different items, like I was saying, for different types of minions. So the coffins are going to be for more your undead minion base, while the beds are going to be for the humanoid side of things, and then the hay piles and stable for your animals. You can tame animals in this. They're pretty cool. It's a pretty good time. Training rooms, which are good for your warrior minions. Crafting, all kinds of stuff that you can do with the crafting menu here. Workshops, forges, laboratories, all kinds of stuff for your crafting needs. We're going to get into this a little bit later, just because there's a few more things I want to get through, and then I want to show you the main key point of KeeperRL and what really makes it fun. Your prison, your various items for prisoner capture, prisoner holding, and then conversion of prisoners. Orders, these are just things that help prioritize various areas and things that you want. So claiming a title, so say you are digging deep, you find a dungeon or whatever, you would order them to claim the tiles after clearing them, and then that way they're yours, and whatever special things are there you can use. Fetch items is they're going out and they're grabbing stuff. Prioritize task will make your minions focus on a single task. We're going to pause the game real quick before I get attacked. And then all your remove options there. And then we're going to go to installations. All of these have a different buff or bonus to your dungeon. We'll have to break that down a little bit more. But your main three are probably the torch and then the various lighting fixtures. Just because it helps light up your dungeon, makes it a little bit easier on the eyes, a little bit easier to keep track of your minions. And like I said, it does affect your minion's overall mood. Then we have traps. You can research into traps. Those gargoyle traps specifically, very scary. Don't like them. Ran into them for the first time the other day. Hurt a lot. And then we are going to go into our next menu, which is your population menu and your teams menu. In order to make a team, you just find a willing minion. Willing, of course. You are going to hold left click on it, and you drag it up, and then you can drop it into team. You can't do that with the imps because they are like a non-combatant type deal. But that's how you make a new team. You can show the various tasks that are being completed as well as your message history. Much like Dwarf Fortress and other, text-based games, there is a kill log, so you can keep track of a specific fighter's hits, misses, and, annihilation. So that's a pretty neat little side note there. We're going to go to our research screen. These are all the things that you can research, and then this list does go, excuse me, quite a bit longer. This list does go quite a bit longer. There's various things that expand as you go, like the different levels of research that you go to. And then you have your question mark. This is a bunch of useful and helpful tips that you can use to really make the game a little bit easier for you. I've used them. They help a lot. Pretty good to have. Then you've got your bestiary. So this is everything that you could run into, from goblins to shamans to knights to the high priest of Adoxy. They're all here. They're all scary. It's a rough time. You've got an items menu, so you can see every type of item that there is, and spell schools. I don't really dig into this too much. The spell schools I should check out because I haven't before. Chicken Mancy. Terrifying. But there's just a lot to do and be done. But I haven't looked through the bestiary really because it doesn't really interest me that much, to be honest with you. So the cool thing about KeeperRL, if you guys remember a game called Dungeon Keeper from way back when, one of my favorite games when I was very little, you can control the character specifically and just, bounce around. You can see your inventory over here on the left. You can see who you are playing as currently. Commands, so you can switch from melee to ranged. Ranged does work in this pretty well, actually. It's kind of terrifying. You go blind really quick. Don't ask how I know that. I've lost a lot of skeletons. You can order them to drop everything. Hide. I haven't used that yet, but I like that. Absorb. That's pretty neat. You can see that he's satiated, he's rested because he's got a bed now. That he's a rider, so he can ride animals. And then you can see the training, experience, and then a cool thing is that when you play as your character, you can actually earn titles. So as I'm Wolfgar the Keeper, say I had a little goblin man run and attack a village, and he kills all of the villagers or most of the villagers or the first villager. He becomes, insert name, the village murderer. Or the murderer, I think is actually what it is. So we're going to take our keeper out. We're going to do a little bit of exploring since it's nighttime. Fog of War clears up. Things like trees can afflict that. Any health statuses that the keeper may have or the selected character. We are wounded. We got here a deer corpse. We hit our heal there. That's the abilities that you have to choose from. Oh, found a bridge. That bridge means that there is probably a settlement somewhere near, but I haven't seen it yet. There's a lot of trees here. Oh, we got a building. Can I just open the wooden door? Oh, we gotta go. Oh. Good finds. So yeah, sometimes you can just find various things lingering around from enemies that have perished in the area. Hello, Mukau. Don't mind me. So essentially it looks like this village was attacked by these bandits down here. And got taken out. That's what it's looking like to me. Because I'm not seeing any of the villagers milling about. Yeah, they're dead. As you can see up here in the top left, the wildlife, a bandit, a peasant corpse, things like that are all out here, which is, you know, kind of showing that there is probably... And with that, we dropped that bandit. Somehow, some way. Come here. We got a healing potion off of that one. You can also see their inventories here, and that's why I'm grabbing these clubs and things so that I can use those to equip minions that I'm gonna recruit in hopefully here in a little bit. I don't want that on. We're just gonna funnel them right into this doorway. Take that and that. Oh, one of those bandits lost their arm. The tribe of bandits is destroyed. With that, we've cleared this initial area. So, we're just gonna grab some of these healing potions. We're gonna use one. In order to use one, we just go over to our inventory and we hit apply. And with that, as you can see, we are no longer Wolfgar, the keeper. We are Wolfgar, the bandit slayer. Pretty cool, right? And we're going to grab as many resources as we can. Where is... So you can see where the capacity is there. So we're just going to collect as much as we can. And it's kind of looking like we might have to go the undead route. We had a lot of options here. Now we grab the torch. Grab a magic mushroom. Grab 2. Alright, so we're just gonna have a little look around, see if there's anything for us to see here. Cancel. That's the travel menu. We could travel somewhere if we wanted to, but I'm not necessarily interested. Regeneration mushroom. Again, not interested. We're gonna check these guys. I don't think any of them had any armor, but I'm not sure. Nope, no armor to speak of. But yeah, it is kind of looking like we should possibly, maybe, perhaps, go the raising undead route. I just want to get him a little bit closer to home before... Oh, there's a peasant right there. He must have got recently. Alright, and then in order to get out of control mode, we're just going to hit exit control mode. He's going to run inside, or he should run inside once we unpause. And we've opened up our research menu. So we've got these options to pick from. I am tempted to go the traps route. But next we need to set up our equipment storage area. So we're going to go ahead and knock that out real quick. Toss that there. We are going to come over here and we are going to start dropping some items. Drop. Drop. And then I think that's it. Yep, that's it. I'm going to exit control mode. And then our next step is going to be building some training dummies. I don't know how that worked out, but it did. We're going to go back to the ground level, go ahead and order them to grab us some more trees. Not to dig. We're going to go to that upper Z level that we had here and dig out our 3x3 so we can get access to the stone and the iron here. We're just going to go ahead and tell them to hit it up. There we go. All right, and we've got another stone piece back there, and then the same options back here. That looks suspicious. I don't like that. Didn't like that at all. Alright. We're going to swap this way. So we've covered the various menus. We've covered the control system. Now you're going to start seeing that we can recruit various units and things of that nature. The other thing that we need to go ahead and build really quick is a workshop. We're also going to throw a door right there. This is one of those times where I'm going to use our order for them to fetch stuff. They'll figure it out. Or the keeper will do it, whatever. There's a lot of clubs. That's going to make it pretty easy for us to go ahead and recruit our first minions. We're going to have 2 goblin warriors joining us. So there they are there. That's Dushnak and Shaman. Original names. Now, sometimes you get the possibility to get a special, or a minion with a special attribute or feat, whatever you'd like to call it. So for the Goblin Warrior, it's +5 damage when drunk. Well, for that specific Goblin Warrior, which is neat, but I don't know if I'm going to get into alcohol production, so not super worried about it. We are going to go ahead and light up this training room because it will let them use... Oh, this is another important part of light sources and torches. Well, torch is a light source. Of light sources is that they make training rooms more effective. They work better when it's well lit. Alright, next thing to be built, we are going to get some workshops going here. We're going to get a forge. We don't have the iron yet. We can hold off on the forge. Can I build? No, not yet. Okay. So, we are going to go ahead and pick... I think we'll go with traps. I haven't really used traps that much, so I'm kind of interested in the building of the traps. Ooh. How do I make you tiny again? Did not enjoy. We haven't gotten to the stone yet. Okay. They are working on the iron ore, though. I like seeing that. That's a good deal. Alright. So we'll come down here. I think that we've covered just about everything. Down here in the bottom left, you have your pillage screens. So we could come here and see what is in the village there. And then for the bandits, we can see what they have. I just hit choose all. I'll just have them bring it all back. I can find a use for it somehow, some way. Ooh, I'll take you. Your population cap is down here at the bottom. The time of day, or current turn, pardon me, is there. While the time of day is here. You have your resource list. So gold, wood, stone, iron, adamantine, I think. I don't know what that one is, and I don't remember what either of those are. And then your number of corpses, which is important for the necromancy school, if you want to call it that. I don't know why that guy's not training with a club. Next, we are going to go ahead and get a Goblin Artificer. Artificers are your crafting specific minions. They will craft at the crafting tables along with your keeper and anyone else who can. There is a activity control, so you can control what minions do what. You can break it down in between the various imps on who focuses on building, who focuses on hauling, stuff like that. I haven't gotten that in depth with the min-maxing of time, so what did he just do? That looks kind of cool. All right, so the next thing that I think that we will do is we are going to go to our surface doorway here. We're going to get some traps down. But what traps? Ooh, I like this one. Orders. We're going to claim the tiles. We can't claim the tiles. Floors. What am I? Building interior. So this is what you need for there to be a roofed section, so that on the bottom right it doesn't show as outdoors. And your minions will come back up here and they'll build the floor, and then they'll build a roof as well. Learned that the hard way. Now there are enemies that burrow, so enemies can burrow into your base. I feel like there's new skeletons popping up. I could be wrong, but I do feel like there's new skeletons appearing. So I wonder what else is roaming this map. Looking for any green question marks. Green question marks are events on maps. Power of Flame. I like that. I also like the gas trap. So I think what we'll do is we'll throw a web trap there and a gas trap next to it. And that way somebody will come in, get stuck there, block the way for their friends, if they have some. And the gas trap will go off and poison them. Alright. Back down here, we've got this set up. So I think what we will do is we are going to go ahead and dig up this way and then this way and see what we find, because I want to explore the trees over here. Usually, like I said, that's an indication for a cavern system, but I don't. Usually it's a little bit more tightly packed, so I don't know if there is, or maybe I'm just missing it. I don't know. We're gonna see. But that's a already pre-made room over there, so I'll take that. We're gonna have some stone. That is perfect. Oh. He doesn't like humans. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to check out our first crafting menu. This is your basic crafting table menu. And these are all the basic items. Now you can see some don't have costs. So we're going to go ahead and make the armor. And we're going to make extra because we're going to be recruiting people here and there as well as some clubs. We are going to tell him to go ahead and grab one of those clubs. And then here in a little bit, we're also going to drop down another Z level, I think. Now, you'll notice that the Keeper is running around and smacking the minions. This actually improves their mood. So it's alright that he does that. Now, I imagine, though, if you were playing like a normal, like, human run, that, an insane blacksmith. Yes. 100% yes. And as you can see, everybody who can craft is crafting, but we want the artificers specifically crafting. Oh, boop. There we go. And then you have your disable for all goblin warriors right there. So the artificers are going to be the only ones crafting. Now this insane guy could pose a problem. We're going to see. We might have to get rid of him. Yeah, he's got to go. He was doing too much. We can't lose our workforce just yet. Not just yet. We'll take on a normal goblin artificer. Then we're going to grab another goblin warrior. And then we're going to make our next forge as well. So we're going to throw down 2 forges on the opposite side. And then I think, oh yeah, that's perfect. One more. Yep. And then what we will do is remove that and build another one here. We're going to set up our zones. So this is going to be a quarter zone. Does it give them, are they both in here? Okay, so we are actually... I was going to say we're going to remove this, but... do I just drag it over again, right? Yes. So you just drag it over again to remove it. It's the first time I've had to remove a zone. But folks, that's what we'll cover for today. Going forward, we're going to cover attacking the other factions, and then once we go over that, we'll go through the game, and I'm sure we'll see some new things together. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you liked the video.